Hi everyone. Okay, so yesterday I did not get to show you the basement because my granddaughter was here until, I don't know, 6:30 or so. Her mom had something to do in the afternoon and so in the evening, and so I didn't get to do it. So I'm doing it today, and I'm going to start on my stairs. So as you can see, I'm on my stairs. I'm going downstairs. So I'm going to go down there and show you what we're doing, or what we've been doing. It probably gets dark here. I'm going to slip my husband's boots on because my shoes, as you can see, are a mess. Okay, so here is my basement, and it's a mess because we've got everything pushed aside, but there's one of my paintings on the wall there. All right, so here is what the floor looked like before. I'll show you the floor. See that black tar along here? You can see we scraped some of it off right there. And this is what we're doing. So this is the floor now. After we've stripped it off, several of it off. I've had the dryer going, or the fan going for the last couple days, trying to dry it thoroughly. But as you can see, there's still oil here that we need to clean up. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. Is I'm going to be taking it. I'm sorry if I'm making you sick. I'm going to be taking this stuff off with soap and water, and then I have to take all these little pieces, these things here, which are soft now because we put the stuff on it. We have to take those off, and then I got to clean along the edge there. But as you can see, it's a mess, and it splashes on the walls, it splashes on the short wall over there, so it is a total mess. But this is what we are doing so that my grandkids can stay down here for Christmas playing. We've got this little kitchen area over here that we're going to set up. This was my cabinet when I was a child. My grandfather made this cabinet for me, or for us, actually, us girls. And so we used to play with this by the hour. And so now I'm putting it on here with their little stove, and then we got a little counter for them. And then we have a little Fisher-Price or Little Tikes stove in the other room. So that is my project that I'm doing. And I'm not sure why this is it's so wide, and not wide angled, but anyway, it is a total mess, as you can see from all the tools that we've been using. And then right here, you can see the difference. We've been walking back and forth here, and it's been on our feet. So this has been my project. I highly recommend that you hire a professional to do this because this has been a pain in the behind. So that's my project for today. I gotta take my boots off because otherwise I drag it upstairs. Anyway, so today I went and taught art at Blackberry 7th Avenue School, where my granddaughter goes to school and where I actually attended school back in the 60s and the 70s. And so I went there today to teach art. We painted snowmen on Christmas bulbs. We put white paint on their hands, put them on the bulb, and then made our fingers into snowmen. And they love that project. So, and it was messy. So that was what I did this morning. This afternoon I have to go pick up my granddaughter from school at 3:15, preschool. And then her mom's I left my purse out at the school, at the school, so she's gonna have to bring that back for me. But that's my plan for this afternoon until I pick up Alexis. And I should be very, very messy, so I'll have to take a shower before I go get her. If I'm not too messy, I'll just go. But I wish I had about 15 people here to help me because it would be done quicker. But there's nobody to help me do it. So I'm going to be doing it by myself, and my husband will probably help me tonight. But we didn't get anything done last night. So, Kimberly H., I watched your video yesterday on 5 things I did wrong after weight loss surgery, and I have to agree with several of them. I introduced food this food that I shouldn't have back in my life, and the sugary stuff. I haven't been drinking pop or soda. Pop, we call it here in Minnesota. But I haven't been doing that. I've had maybe 2 cups of root beer, 2 little cups, like the 8 ounce, the pimento cheese, and those little cups. I've had 2 of those. And I just had those for Thanksgiving, so I really haven't had any pop. But my weakness is sweet stuff, and I never was a sweet stuff person before. So I try not to bring it in the house, but I'm never successful at that. I don't know why I'm doing that. I need to stop doing that. And of course, the snacking, which I was afraid was going to happen because I even told the doctor, says, yeah, I got to eat small meals a day, but I don't want it to turn into snacking, which it has. I've been doing a little bit better on that. And so, you know, and I watched your video last night, so I can't remember everything, all that you said, but yeah, I agreed with several of the things that you wrote. And so, I want to thank those of you who've commented on my videos. I really appreciate that. That encourages me that somebody's actually watching them, because I only have 69 subscribers. And maybe I should have some kind of competition to see if I can get to 100 by the end of the year, but that's hardly likely going to happen. It's like the middle of the last week. And as far as my surgery coming up, I got a phone call yesterday, I believe it was, from a clinic, and from the clinic that they had scheduled my surgery in, and they said that it was going to cost me $3,281 from them for the room and for the anesthesia. And then I said, is that including the $2,400 that the surgeon told me that he'd be charging? And she says, no, that's separate. So I said, so now you've doubled my surgery cost. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I called Lake Walk Center again, and they arranged to have it done over there. They had told me at first that they didn't have time over there, but now they do. And so I told them, I says, yeah, I wanted Lake Walk Center. And so it's still going to cost me $3,275, which is what they told me to begin with. And I said, well, that's good. I'm not spending another $3,000 on this. That changes the whole format of thing. I mean, I probably have to go get a loan. I'm sitting here shaking. I'm going to take and set you guys down. setting you down. I will probably have to get a loan for this surgery anyway. So I told her, I says, I'm not getting a loan for $6,000 when you've told me it was $3,275. So anyway, they arranged it. So now I'm going to be back over at Lake Walk Center. What do you want? Oh, this little one. He thinks he's got to have my attention all the time. So, and he got a haircut and a bath yesterday. My daughter does grooming, so he got to go with her all day. So anyway, so I think we figured that out. So now I have to contact the credit union and see if I can get a loan for that amount. And then I'll be set to go, I think. And so I have to prepay the $3,275 before I can have the surgery. And then I don't know what it's going to cost that my insurance is not paying for. They haven't told me that yet, but I'm going to find that out. But I'm sure that I don't know if we're 100% or if we're 80% after our deductible. I think it's 80%. So we'll have to pay 20% of that surgery. So, but that I can do afterwards. I don't have to include that in on the loan. So I think that's all set. But boy, I was kind of panicked there for a minute. I'm like, I'm not paying $6,000 for something you told me was going to be $3,000. And so I said, that's totally different breed. So I said, no, my husband and I talked about this, and we agreed to do it based on the fact that it'd be $3,250 or $75. So they figured it out so that it would do that. So I'm still having the surgery on December 31st. Then I will be staying overnight in Duluth that one night because they don't want me to go all the way home. I live about an hour and 45 minutes, or hour and 20 minutes from Duluth. And so they don't want me going home. And so then I can go home the next day because, of course, they're closed the next day. So I wouldn't even see the surgeon. I thought I was going to see the surgeon, but no. And then I come back on the 3rd. So 2 days after that, I have to come back for my surgeon's appointment or my doctor's appointment after the surgery. So anyway, it's a big thing. So anyway, so that's what's going on with my surgery. And every day it seems like something new has come along. So yeah. So that's my Vlogmas day 4, which is the 4th today. I've caught up, I think. Maybe I'm 3. I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'm going to call it my Vlogmas day 4 because it's the 4th, and I missed the first day. I know I did. I missed December 1st because I didn't even know about it until December 2nd. So I did one December 2nd. I did one yesterday, which I posted just a minute ago, because I didn't get it up yesterday. And then I'll be posting this one up next also. So you'll have 2 from me today. So, and I haven't got any questions from people, but if people have questions for me, then please or just write it in the comments below. I've never done like that. I like what Esther VSG is doing, because she's doing like a question a day, and I like that idea. And her questions, I was kind of going to base my answers off of her questions, because her questions are good. So whoever is asking the questions for her. So the first one I think was where is she from? She's answered that, and then she's also answered who was her first best friend, and then what was today's? Oh, how tall she is. Okay, so I'll tell you, I'm 5'2", and I'm sticking with that. But every time they measure me, I'm 5'1" and 1.5 or something like that, and I am shrinking. They said that I'm probably shrinking, and it's not unusual for me to shrink. My whole family was like, my mom was 5'2", and she ended up being about like 5 foot when she died. And my grandfather was 4'10", and my dad was 4'8" and 9" all his life. And then I think when he died, he was more like 4'5". And so it's not unusual for me to get smaller. My little sister's probably about 4'10". So we're a short family anyway. None of us are tall. I have tall children. My husband's family have my husband's only 5'9", but he's got a brother who's over 6 feet tall. So I have a daughter who's 5'9" or 5'10", and I have a son who's 5'10", and my other daughter's 5'5". So they're taller than anybody in my family. So yeah. So I'm 5'2". I was born in Robbinsdale, Minnesota, and my birthday is December 17th, 1961. So I will be 58 years old this year. Right. Yeah. We lived in Robbinsdale, and no, we didn't live in Robbinsdale. I was born there, but we lived on Washington Avenue in Minneapolis until the state took the house away from my grandparents and put the highway 100 through there. And so then after that, my grandparents, I think they moved up north after that, and then up to here. And then we moved to Maple Grove. We lived in Maple Grove for, I'm not sure how many years. I'm going to say 5 years maybe. And then in 1968, after my year of kindergarten, we moved up to Cohasset, which is 6 miles south or west of where I am now. And we lived there until I got married. And then I moved to Gein in 1983, or actually Cook in 1983. And then we lived there from 1983 until 2009. Then we lived in Hutchinson for 4.5 years, my favorite time and place ever, where Joe Beth is from, and where we got to meet each other. And she, when she posts videos, I'm always looking at her videos to see if I recognize anything. And then we moved up here in 2014, February 2014, when we couldn't find jobs down there anymore, and so we came up here, and we have been up here in Grand Rapids, where I actually grew up, which is, where I went to school and everything. And my daughter's here, and my son is here, and my 2 granddaughters are here, and then my other daughter and grandchildren are back up in Orr, where we were for 25 years, 27 years, something like that. So anyway, that's my moving story. When we moved back here, though, it was interesting that we moved back up here, lived in a friend's house until he came back in May, moved out to another place until we found an apartment in July, and then we lived there for 9 months, and then they were going to do a daycare, so they kicked us out, and we moved into another apartment. And then when we were in that apartment for a couple of years, and then we moved here. So we moved to Sydney's, to Moody's, to the downstairs apartment, to the to the fourplex, and to here. In 5 years, we've moved 5 times. I think that's it. Yeah, we moved 4 times in 1 year, and that was awful. Literally living out of boxes. It was terrible. So anyway, interesting, but it's good. It was different than staying in one place for 27 years, which we did too. So anyway, so that's my story. All right, I'm gonna let you go. This is 15 minutes already, and Vlogmas should not be that long, at least not mine anyway. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what I can come up with tomorrow. Maybe I'll even film myself cleaning the floor a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of a mess down there, so we'll see. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Say bye, Sandy. Say bye, Sandy.
Say bye. Who's that in there? Who's that? No. You think somebody's here. No, in there, Sandy. Do you see the puppy? Do you see the puppy? All right, bye.